Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Virgo, this is for you. Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look what this week has in store for you. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Sun card. Damn. So the Sun card's been really active this week. Look, listen, we'll take it, right? So the Sun card, when it shows up as your key to the week, I say this to everybody, right? It basically suggests that whatever challenges or issues arise for you this week, they're likely to be diminished in some way, or they are likely to pass quite quickly. When it comes to your blessings, these are things that are likely to be enhanced. And sometimes when the Sun card shows up as the key to the week, it's literally just a message to say things are easier than they would be, right? Like than they normally are. This is a week where you kind of get to sail through in a way. Either which way sounds good to me. For your actions and options this week, you have the Page of Swords, right? So if you have any form of paperwork, documentation and or some kind of dispute going on, whatever paperwork or information you've been waiting for, it shows up for you. So here's where this gets really interesting, right? So as many of you know, I don't edit my videos. What you get is what you get. However, I started recording, or at least I thought I had started recording this week's Virgo video, and I got 3 cards in. I realised that I actually wasn't recording, which was very frustrating for me. But the card that you had in this position was the Hierophant. And the message that you had with that was that you were interacting with a university, a local authority, a bigger or larger institution in some way. So it's like, and the message you got through that was that you were waiting for some kind of information. Well, the Page of Swords represents documents, letters, important correspondences, among other things, right? And so the fact that you've got this in this position, I'm really, really intrigued, because now I'm like, okay, tarot clearly has a very clear message that it's giving you, and there's some kind of paperwork, documentation that's going on, and it looks like it's been a bit of a battle or a bit of a challenge for you to get to a certain point, but this bodes very, very well for you. And look, right, the sun is shining on the Sun card, like Anyway, I did that last week in the Scorpio video. I had a riot with myself last week. I was such a dork. All right, so in terms of the options that are available to you as well, the Page of Swords is interviews, it's dialogues, it's the ability to talk something out. Now, what I love about this for you, mental jousting is something that you do really, really well because you are mercurial, right? You're ruled by Mercury, so you understand how to do all of that. This is one of those weeks where I think if you get in front of the right person, or you get the right person on the call, you will be able to get whatever it is that you're asking for or appealing for, or, you know, going for, etc. So then you've got the World card in the position of your communications and conversations. When it comes to your communications in general, it's very much about you working with or playing a supportive role in a community of some sort. So that's lovely. Now, when it comes to your those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this is a level up. And here, if you've had a dispute or a challenge of some sort with a larger institution or with the university, if you're fighting for fighting for an appeal over a grade of some sort, the message that I will say to you with this is, if you're fighting for an appeal, is it worth it? If it's the difference between, like, you know, getting a perfect score and, you know, not getting a perfect score, then fine, fair enough. If it's something that really isn't going to matter 3 to 6 months, excuse me, ooh. If it's not going to matter 3 to 6 months from now, leave it alone, all right? Like, keep moving. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is pay rise or promotion kind of energy. That Page of Swords it basically says to you there will be a chance for you to negotiate here. So whatever is offered, don't take that as the final offer. So if they come to you and say, look, you know, we want to promote you, but we can only give you this much as a pay rise, and that's kind of it, say to them, okay, cool, I'll take the pay rise, but I'm going to need some benefits. If you can't put the money up, then I'm going to need something else alongside this in order to make it worth it for myself. The World card always asks us to play at a higher level, right? So if you're getting any form of boost or promotion or even pay rise, lovely, but not enough, quite frankly. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this I actually like. The reason I like it so much is because it suggests that you are expanding or broadening your horizons of your business in some way, and that the international connections that you require or desire are absolutely available or open to you. It is going to take, again, some mental gymnastics. Nothing's going to be handed on a plate here, but it will absolutely be worth it. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, somebody, excuse me, whew, so much energy shift in this one, right? If for those of you that are retired and no longer working, the elements of your oh, come on, brain, the oh my gosh, brain, the elements of your life where you're connected to or interacting with people that are in the winter of their lives, this might be some kind of correspondence from them. So you might be asked for your support, you might be asked to play a supportive role in some regard. You know, not in a bad way, I think it's a good thing. So you've got the Star card, the Sun card, and the World card. So there's a few things that come up, right? The first one that I will say to you is this. For those of you that are studying astrology, into astrology, this is a great week to try and involve your partner or to utilize astrology to find a partner. Whatever messages you have in terms of the astrological considerations that you've been given recently or of late, I would pay attention to them because they're about to become a lot more pertinent than you realize. Now, that's one way we could see this. What I could also tell you is all three of these in some regard represent travel. And usually the World card coupled with the Star card represents international travel. So again, there's this whole link to this. For those of you that are single, you could very well be connecting with somebody this week. Now, what's really interesting is this combination speaks to Aquarius season. So whoever, if you're single, whoever you're talking to online, whoever you're interacting with, getting flirty with, etc., you will have, well, it's not really a long courtship at all because Aquarius season is literally just round the corner. At this point, it's what, all of like 2-ish months away. So whoever you are like texting, sexting, all of that kind of stuff, it's going to be flirty, but you will be connecting with them in person as we come into Aquarius season of 2024. So stick with it because whoever this person is, they're likely to be around for the future. Now, what I love most for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is you and your significant other setting future plans into motion now. There's something that you are enacting, and it's maybe because the deadline or the, what's the word that I'm looking for? The deadline or the... timeline, sorry, I had to really think of... has been pushed up in some way. So I love it. Now, when it comes to your money and materials, before we get into that, I just want to say your Universal Year 8 video is up and out there for your viewing pleasure, as are your Life Path readings for 2024. The Astro Taroscopes are $7.99 a piece this year. $49.99 for the bundle. You can get those on the link in the description box below. And also this year I went even further and created the New Year New Frequency. I'm so proud of this, and I've got to say it's probably one of the best Christmas presents you are ever going to get yourself, and I do advise that you get it. If every year emits a certain type of energy or a certain type of frequency, this, what I've created, is a short, sharp, focused energy work based mini course. It will take you about 3, maybe 4 days to complete, and you can continually use the techniques in that video throughout the year so that you can absolutely smash your goals and targets. And I gotta say, I'm pretty bloody proud of this one, right? And I personally am calling it like the best thing that I've ever created. They are sun sign specific, so if you're only going to get one, make sure it's for your sun sign, not your ascendant. There's a very specific reason for this that I talk about in the. You'll get all of the blurb and all of the stuff when you get in there. Trust me, it's going to be amazing. All right, with that, for your money and materials, you can also get that on the link in the description box below. For your money and materials, you have the Eight of Wands. Right, so there are things about communications, conversations coming in when it comes to money. Big conversations about the future of your resources, especially where partnerships and collaborations are concerned. Mind your business, Siri. You've got this with the Page of Swords as well. So there are a lot of considerations about resources at the moment, and actually some very good news coming in, especially where you've been waiting for information, paperwork, documentation around financial or even legal matters that have a financial slant to them. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your lower back, your hips, your buttocks, your thighs, that whole general area this week, and especially because you've got the Sun card next to it, I would say, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, this is not a diagnosis, but what I will say, this might be a really good week for you to do some sacral work, right? To do some sacral chakra work. Exercises to do with the sacral chakra, color therapy to do with that, all of that kind of general area. This is a good week to do that kind of work. When it comes to your home and environment, the information that you've been waiting for is on its way, but more importantly, for some of you, there might be some kind of home-based learning that you're doing online or planning to do online that you are really seriously considering here, and I think it could be great. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.